Hey guys, what's going on? Jay here, and we are back on QBO Bookkeeping Basics. And today we're gonna talk about bank feeds. Bank feeds is one of the best features of QuickBooks Online. Some says it's the holy grail of online bookkeeping softwares. And right here on our screen is the bank feeds. Okay. So here on the bank feeds you have got three tabs here and list banking, rules, and receipts. The banking tab lets you add new transactions, expenses, deposits, and bank transfers. While the second one, bank rules, lets you automate some data entry tasks, just like categorization, assignment of pay, and you can also auto add an entry if you are really sure, that it won't change its category from time to time. Just like Starbucks. You can always set it as meals and entertainment and auto add it so you don't have to review. It gets added automatically inside QuickBooks Online. Another common example is Facebook. You can categorize it automatically as advertising expense. And that's amazing, right? Time saver. So using bank rules correctly can really help automate tasks and save time. There's another section called receipts, and you can upload receipts here and either add it as a new expense entry, or you can match it to an existing one inside QBO. As you can see here on the banking tab, you can see your connected bank accounts and credit card here, and you can see three columns here on the transactions that says for review, reviewed, excluded. And what those basically means is for review are the transactions that you need to review and you need to add into QuickBooks Online. While the column that says reviewed are the transactions that has been added to QuickBooks Online. Okay? And excluded are the transactions that you have excluded. You don't need to add it, and that's why you exclude. Yeah. A common example of that is a double entry, like if you have uploaded transactions and uploaded it again twice, then you need to exclude one of them. Okay? Back here on the transactions, we can see different buttons here, just like the add button, which lets you add the entry. And be careful here to correct the pay, and the category should be reviewed before adding. So a common indicator that a transaction do not have a familiar one inside QBO is that the color of the transaction is black. The texts are black. So in cases like the texts are black, it means you need to review this expense carefully and make sure that you assign the correct category here. Okay? While when it says there's a match button at the right, then it means there's a candidate entry inside QBO that matches this transaction. Sometimes it's not getting matched to the correct one, so be careful and review first before matching. Okay? Another thing is when you see the view button, that means you need to review more than one match candidates or entries inside QBO and make sure to select the correct one. Okay? So one way of automating transactions is that if you find something that is, you are sure that the category is always the same, just like this one, jeans, gas, and oil. You can assign the payee here, and then choose the category as, do we have gas, or do we have vehicle expense? I'm not sure whether really this is a vehicle or gas. So let's find another one. So says books by Jesse is always education expense, so you can create a new category here. Okay. And set up that as other business expenses in the detail type and select education. Okay. Save and close. Then you can click here, right here on the bottom of the bank detail, create rule from this transaction. And you name it basically by something easy to remember about it. and you can select which bank accounts you want to make the rule. Okay, and remove the amount because sometimes the amount changes, and review that the details here are correct. And you want to avoid auto categorizing and auto add because sometimes it creates messy transactions. Okay, and click save. And we want to see here the green box that says rule. Well, that basically means this entry has a matching rule. Okay, and you can just click add to add this entry. Okay, another thing that's really interesting and worth to mention is that when a similar transaction is inside QBO, you can see that the category or match text here turn into green. Okay, so if turned into green, then you can be sure that it has a similar transaction inside. So if you want to check, go ahead and click open vendors, and after opening vendor, you find the vendor name, and you can see there is an expense here inside. Okay, so since there is already a similar transaction, you can categorize the same way for this one. Okay, click add. While for those transactions that you are sure that it is really a match, this one is not a match. It says books by Jesse and Pam sets. So not all the time the match is correct. Okay, so you need to review. This one has rules, so let's click add. So this one looks yeah, a good match. Okay, so the date is the same, and the vendor is the same, and the amount of gross is the same, so we can match that. So that's basically how you use bank feeds in QuickBooks Online, and we're gonna discuss other tricks and tips in the next video. Again, QuickBooks Online bank feeds has three parts: banking, rules, and receipts. And basically, banking is where you add the transactions. Bank rules are where you create the rules to automate data entry, and receipts where you can upload your documents for the receipts to automatically attach to the transactions. Okay, should you have questions, just drop a comment below, and if you find my video helpful, just hit like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.